What if I told you that the next 31 days could completely transform your life? Not in some distant, far-off future, but right now, starting today. What if I told you that greatness isn't reserved for the chosen few, but for anyone willing to show up, every single day, no matter what? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how 31 days of consistency can unlock a version of yourself you didn't even know existed. Let's start with a question. How many times have you started something new only to give up within a few weeks, or even days? Maybe it was a fitness routine, learning a language, writing a book, or simply trying to wake up earlier. At first, you felt motivated, excited even. You envisioned yourself crossing the finish line, reaping the rewards of your hard work. But then reality hit. Life got busy. Motivation waned. You missed a day, then another, until eventually, you stopped altogether. Sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. This cycle of starting strong and stopping short is something most people experience at least once in their lives. But here's the truth: success isn't reserved for those who are naturally talented or extraordinarily intelligent. No, success belongs to those who refuse to quit, the ones who show up every single day, even when they don't feel like it. That's where the magic of consistency comes in. And while 31 days may seem like a short amount of time, it's actually long enough to create meaningful progress and build momentum toward lasting change. In fact, research shows that it takes an average of 21 to 66 days to form a habit. 31 days puts you squarely in the sweet spot, a period long enough to see tangible results yet short enough to feel achievable. Now, let's talk about why 31 days matters. Think about this. When you commit to doing something consistently for 31 days, you're essentially training your brain to prioritize that activity. Every time you show up, you're sending a signal to your subconscious mind that says, asterisk, this is important. Asterisk, over time, that activity becomes less of a chore and more of a natural part of your routine. For example, imagine someone who decides to meditate for 5 minutes every morning. On day 1, it feels awkward. They keep checking the clock, wondering if they're doing it right. By day 10, they notice they're calmer throughout the day. By day 20, they look forward to their meditation practice as a moment of peace. And by day 31, they can't imagine starting their day without it. That's the power of consistency. It transforms effort into habit, and habit into identity. But let's be honest, staying consistent isn't easy. Life has a way of throwing obstacles in our path. One day you're fired up and ready to conquer the world. The next, you're exhausted from work, stressed about finances, or distracted by social media. So how do successful people stay consistent despite these challenges? They focus on showing up, not perfectly, but consistently. Perfection is overrated. What truly matters is taking action, no matter how small. Some days, that might mean putting in 110% effort. Other days, it might mean giving 50%. And guess what? Both are okay. Progress isn't linear, and neither is consistency. The key is to avoid letting one bad day turn into 2, 3, or 4. Momentum is everything. Here's another angle to consider. What happens when you stop showing up? Let's say you decide to run every other day to improve your fitness. You start strong, hitting the pavement with enthusiasm. Then life gets hectic, you miss a run, then another, and soon you've abandoned the habit entirely. What's the cost of quitting? Beyond losing physical progress, you also lose confidence in your ability to follow through. Each time you give up, you reinforce the belief that you're incapable of sticking with something. On the flip side, each time you push through, even on the hardest days, you prove to yourself that you are capable. Consistency builds self-trust, which is priceless. So why 31 days specifically? Why not 7, 14, or 90? Well, 31 days strikes the perfect balance between challenge and feasibility. 7 days is too short to make any real impact. 90 days feels daunting, especially for beginners. But 31 days? That's manageable. It's long enough to break old patterns and establish new ones, yet short enough to keep you motivated. Plus, there's something inherently satisfying about completing a full calendar month. There's a sense of closure, accomplishment, and pride that comes with knowing you followed through for an entire month. To illustrate the power of 31 days, let me share a quick story. A few years ago, I decided to write 500 words every day for 31 days. My goal was simple: to develop a daily writing habit. At first, it felt forced. Some days, I struggled to find inspiration. Other days, I barely scraped together 500 coherent sentences. But by the end of the month, I had written over 15,000 words, enough material for several blog posts, essays, and even the foundation for a book. More importantly, I discovered that writing didn't have to be perfect to be valuable. By showing up every day, I silenced my inner critic and embraced the process. Today, writing is second nature to me, all because I committed to 31 days of consistency. The beauty of this approach is that it applies to any area of life. Want to get healthier? Commit to drinking more water, eating 1 extra serving of vegetables, or walking 10,000 steps daily for 31 days. Trying to learn a skill? Dedicate 30 minutes each day to practicing guitar, coding, or painting. Hoping to grow your career? Spend 31 days networking, updating your resume, or reading industry-related books. Whatever your goal, the principle remains the same. Show up every day, no matter what. Small actions compound over time, leading to extraordinary results. Of course, staying consistent requires intentionality. It's not enough to say, "I'll try harder this time." You need a plan. Start by choosing one specific goal or habit to focus on for the next 31 days. Make it realistic. If you aim too high, you risk burning out. Once you've chosen your goal, break it down into manageable steps. For instance, if your goal is to exercise regularly, decide exactly what exercise means to you. Is it jogging for 20 minutes? Doing yoga for 15? Lifting weights 3 times a week? Be clear about your expectations so you know exactly what showing up looks like. Finally, remember this: the next 31 days won't be easy. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, when you feel like giving up, when you wonder if it's worth it. But here's the thing, you're stronger than you think. You've overcome challenges before, and you can do it again. The difference this time is that you're armed with knowledge. You know that consistency is the key to unlocking your potential. You know that showing up every day, no matter how small the effort, will lead to transformation. And most importantly, you know that 31 days is all it takes to prove to yourself that you're capable of greatness. So ask yourself, what will happen when you stay consistent for the next 31 days? Will you finally master that skill you've been putting off? Will you build healthier habits that last a lifetime? Will you gain the confidence to tackle bigger goals in the future? The possibilities are endless, but only if you take the first step. Decide today what you want to achieve, commit to showing up every day for the next 31 days, and watch as your life begins to change in ways you never thought possible. Because here's the bottom line, consistency isn't just a strategy, it's a superpower. And the next 31 days are your chance to harness it. Here's the raw truth, your brain is a powerhouse waiting to be unleashed. Every time you show up consistently, you're literally rewiring your neural pathways. Think of it like upgrading your mental software. When you repeat an action over and over, your brain starts saying, asterisk, this is important, let's make it easier. Asterisk, it's called neuroplasticity, and it's your secret weapon for building unstoppable habits. But here's the kicker, you don't need months or years to see results. Just 31 days of consistent effort is enough to rewire your brain and create lasting change. That's right, 31 days is all it takes to turn heart into habit. So when you wake up on day 31, what once felt impossible will feel second nature. Imagine that, waking up stronger, faster, smarter, and more confident because you made it happen. And let's not sugarcoat it, those first few days might feel tough. But guess what? That's where champions are made. Champions aren't born, they're forged through discipline, resilience, and showing up even when it hurts. Every rep, every page written, every minute spent practicing is a brick in the foundation of your success. By day 31, you'll have built a fortress of greatness that no one can tear down. If there's one principle you need to tattoo on your soul, it's this: small actions compound into massive results. This isn't just motivational fluff, it's math. Every tiny effort you make today adds up exponentially over time. Let me paint you a picture. Run 1 mile today. By day 31, you'll have run 31 miles. Save $5 daily. You'll have $155 ready to invest in your dreams. Write 200 words a day. You'll have a 6,200 word draft, enough for a book chapter. It's not magic, it's momentum. Each small win builds on the last, creating a snowball effect that propels you forward. What feels insignificant now will become monumental by the end. So stop waiting for some mythical perfect moment to take action. Start small, stay steady, and watch as those baby steps turn into giant leaps. Let's talk about momentum, the ultimate game changer. Momentum is like lighting a match and watching it ignite into a roaring fire. At first, pushing forward might feel heavy, like dragging a boulder uphill. But as you keep going, something incredible happens. The resistance fades, and the movement becomes effortless. By day 31, you won't just be completing tasks, you'll be crushing them. Why? Because momentum amplifies everything. Those early struggles, they pave the way for unstoppable progress. Suddenly, the things that used to drain your energy will energize you. Running 3 times a week goes from a chore to a craving. Writing 500 words shifts from daunting to delightful. Meditation evolves from a practice to a necessity. That's the power of momentum. It transforms grind into glory. And here's the best part. Once you build momentum, losing it feels unbearable. You'll fight tooth and nail to protect it because you'll know how far it can take you. Momentum isn't just a tool, it's a lifestyle. And starting today, it's yours for the taking. Listen closely, perfection is an illusion. If you wait until conditions are perfect before taking action, you'll never start. Life isn't perfect, and neither are you, and that's okay. What matters isn't being flawless, it's being relentless. Even if you give 50% on your worst days, you're still moving forward. And guess what? Moving forward beats standing still every single time. Here's the mantra you need to live by: done is better than perfect. Did you meditate for only 3 minutes instead of 10? Awesome. Wrote half a page instead of 2? Fantastic. Showed up, even when you didn't feel like it? Gold star for you. Celebrate every effort, no matter how small, because each one brings you closer to your goals. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and it certainly wasn't built perfectly. Focus on progress, not perfection. Trust the process, and trust yourself. You don't have to be great to start, you just have to start to be great. Here's where things get electrifying. Consistency doesn't just change what you do, it changes who you are. Every time you show up, you're reinforcing a new identity. For example, if you write every day, you become better at writing. If you exercise regularly, you become someone who prioritizes fitness. If you save money consistently, you become financially savvy. This shift in identity is where real transformation happens. When you align your actions with who you want to be, staying consistent becomes non-negotiable. Would a writer skip writing? Would a runner skip exercising? No, they'd see those actions as essential parts of their identity. By day 31, you'll view your goals the same way. You won't just be working toward a goal, you'll be the person living it. Let's pause for a moment and drive this point home. You are capable of anything you set your mind to. Yes, you. Not tomorrow's version of you, not some future better version of you. The you reading this right now has everything you need to succeed. All it takes is 31 days of consistent effort to prove it. Think about it. 31 days is less than 10% of your year. In exchange for such a short commitment, you gain lifelong benefits. You'll wake up on day 31 stronger, sharper, and more confident than ever. You'll walk taller, speak louder, and dream bigger. Why? Because you'll know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're unstoppable. So here's my challenge to you: stop doubting. Stop hesitating. Stop waiting for the right time. There's no better time than now. Take that first step today, and keep taking steps every single day for the next 31 days. When you look back at day 31, you'll see a warrior who refused to quit, a version of yourself that inspires awe. You've got the science, the strategies, and the fire inside you. Now it's time to channel that energy into action. Remember, consistency isn't just a tactic, it's a declaration of your greatness. These 31 days are your proving ground. They're your chance to rise above mediocrity, silence self-doubt, and unleash your full potential. Feel that spark inside you? Good. Fan the flames. Use it to fuel your journey. Visualize yourself on day 31, stronger, braver, bolder. Tap into that vision every single day. Let it drive you. Push you. Propel you forward. Success isn't reserved for the lucky or the talented. It belongs to the consistent. To the fighters. To you. So lace up, lock in, and let's go. These 31 days are yours for the taking. Make them count. Are you ready to unleash your inner powerhouse? If yes, then let's crush it. Let's start with the obvious. By day 31, you'll see tangible results. Whether your goal is fitness, learning a skill, or building a habit, those small daily actions will have compounded into something extraordinary. Picture this: if you decided to run 3 times a week, by day 31, you'll notice stronger legs, improved endurance, and maybe even a slimmer waistline. If you committed to writing 500 words a day, you'll have over 15,000 words, the rough draft of a book. And if you vowed to save $10 daily, you'll have $310 sitting in your account, ready to invest in your future. But here's the kicker, it's not just about the numbers. It's about the pride you'll feel knowing that you made it happen. Every ounce of effort you put in during those 31 days adds up to undeniable proof that you're capable of greatness. When you look back at day 1 compared to day 31, you'll see a clear before and after picture. That's the beauty of consistency, it doesn't lie. The work you do today creates the transformation you'll celebrate tomorrow. And guess what? This visible progress isn't just for you, it's for everyone else too. People around you will notice. Friends might comment on your glowing energy. Coworkers could compliment your newfound focus. Family members may marvel at your discipline. Why? Because success has a way of radiating outward. When you change, the world around you starts to shift as well. You become a walking inspiration, proof that anything is possible when you stay consistent. Now, let's talk about the real game changer, the transformation inside your mind. By day 31, you'll no longer question whether you can achieve your goals. Instead, you'll know you can. How? Because you've already done it. Staying consistent for 31 days teaches you one of the most powerful lessons of all. You are capable of far more than you ever imagined. Think about it. On day 1, you probably doubted yourself. Maybe you thought, can I really stick with this? What if I fail? But as each day passed, you kept showing up. Even on the tough days, when life threw curveballs, when motivation was low, when excuses whispered in your ear, you pushed through. And that's where the magic happens. Every time you show up, you prove to yourself that you're resilient, determined, and unstoppable. By day 31, this self-trust becomes unshakable. You'll walk taller, speak louder, and dream bigger. Why? Because you'll know deep down that if you can stay consistent for 31 days, you can conquer anything. Fear of failure? Gone. Self-doubt? Crushed. Limiting beliefs? Shattered. In their place will stand a version of you who believes in your own potential, a version of you who knows that consistency is your superpower. Here's the thing about momentum, it's like rocket fuel for your dreams. When you stay consistent for 31 days, you don't just build habits, you create an unstoppable wave of energy that carries you forward. By day 31, you'll find yourself craving the activity you once struggled to start. What felt hard on day 1 will feel natural, and dare I say, fun, by the end of the month. Imagine waking up excited to tackle your goals instead of dreading them. Imagine feeling energized by the thought of pushing yourself faster, higher. That's the power of momentum. Once you've built it, staying consistent becomes second nature. You'll wonder how you ever lived without this drive, this fire, this relentless pursuit of excellence. And here's the best part, this energy spills over into other areas of your life. The discipline you develop in one area, whether it's fitness, productivity, or creativity, translates into everything else. Suddenly, you'll find yourself tackling challenges you once avoided. You'll take risks you were too scared to attempt. You'll embrace opportunities you used to overlook. Consistency breeds courage, and courage fuels growth. By day 31, you'll feel like a force of nature, ready to take on the world. Let's pause for a moment and talk about the emotional payoff of staying consistent for 31 days. Have you ever set a goal, started strong, and then quit halfway through? How did that make you feel? Probably disappointed, frustrated, maybe even ashamed. Now imagine flipping that script. Imagine reaching day 31 and realizing you didn't quit. You showed up. You fought through resistance. You proved to yourself that you're not someone who gives up easily. That feeling? It's pure gold. There's nothing quite like the satisfaction of knowing you followed through, especially when most people wouldn't have. You'll feel a sense of accomplishment that money can't buy. You'll sleep better at night knowing you honored your commitment to yourself. And you'll wake up each morning with a renewed sense of purpose, ready to keep climbing. This emotional reward goes beyond personal pride. It builds resilience, a mental toughness that prepares you for future challenges. Life will throw obstacles your way, but after 31 days of consistency, you'll face them head-on. You'll know that no matter how tough things get, you have the strength to persevere. That's the gift of consistency. It transforms you into someone who thrives under pressure instead of crumbling beneath it. By day 31, you'll realize something incredible. The limits you once placed on yourself were imaginary. Those voices in your head telling you, you're not good enough, you can't do this, it's too hard, they were wrong. All it took was 31 days of showing up to silence them forever. When you stay consistent, you open doors you didn't even know existed. Opportunities arise, new ideas spark, dreams grow wings, You'll find yourself thinking bigger, aiming higher, and taking bold steps toward the life you truly want. Why? Because you'll know you're capable of achieving it. Success breeds success, and the confidence you gain from 31 days of consistency will propel you toward even greater victories. For example, let's say your goal was to meditate for 10 minutes daily. By day 31, you'll likely crave longer sessions, eager to explore deeper levels of mindfulness. Or perhaps you committed to reading 10 pages a day. By the end of the month, you might be devouring entire chapters, inspired to expand your knowledge further. Whatever your goal, consistency amplifies your appetite for growth. It pushes you out of your comfort zone and into a realm of endless possibilities. So here's the deal, the next 31 days aren't just another chunk of time, they're your chance to transform, to crush doubt, shatter limits, and unlock your full potential, to become the person you've always dreamed of being. Are you ready to rise to the occasion? Are you ready to prove to yourself that you're unstoppable? If the answer is yes, then let's make a pact right now. For the next 31 days, you will show up. You will push through the resistance. You will embrace the grind. And when day 31 arrives, you'll look back with pride, knowing you gave it everything you had. Because here's the truth, the only thing standing between you and your dreams is consistency. And starting today, you're going to master it. Feel that fire burning inside you? Good. Hold on to it. Channel it. Use it to fuel your journey. Remember, you're not just working toward a goal, you're building a legacy. A legacy of discipline, determination, and unwavering belief in yourself. So go ahead. Take that first step. Show up today. And watch as the next 31 days change our life forever. Here's a game-changing tip that will make consistency feel like a breeze. Make it so easy to start that you can't say no. Too often, we set unrealistic expectations for ourselves. We think, if I'm going to do this, I need to go all out. But guess what? That kind of thinking leads to burnout faster than you can blink. Instead, focus on making it ridiculously simple to show up. For example, if your goal is to exercise daily, commit to just 5 minutes of movement. Yes, 5 minutes. It could be stretching, walking, or dancing around your living room. Sounds laughably small, right? Here's the secret, the hardest part of any habit is getting started. Once you begin, inertia takes over, and chances are, you'll end up doing more than you planned. The same principle applies to anything. Writing? Commit to 1 sentence. Meditating? Start with 1 minute. Learning guitar? Practice 1 chord. When the bar is low, you remove excuses. Even on your worst days, you can still hit that tiny target, and hitting it builds momentum. Remember, every win counts, no matter how small. Momentum fuels motivation, and motivation keeps you moving forward. There's something insanely satisfying about seeing progress in black and white, or colorful check marks, if that's your style. Tracking your consistency creates a visual reminder of your commitment and keeps you motivated. Whether it's a journal, a calendar, or a habit tracking app, mark each day you show up. Watching those check marks pile up is like watching your score rise in a video game. It's addictive, energizing, and deeply rewarding. But don't stop there. Take time to celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Finish day 7? Treat yourself to something special, a favorite snack, a relaxing bath, or an episode of your favorite show. Hit day 20? Reflect on how far you've come and pat yourself on the back. Literally, do it. Celebration isn't just fun, it reinforces positive behavior and reminds you why you started in the first place. Each milestone is proof that you're winning, and you deserve to feel proud. Let's face it, life happens. Some days, you'll wake up feeling unstoppable. Other days, you'll feel like crawling back under the covers. Instead of letting setbacks derail you, prepare for them ahead of time. Anticipating obstacles gives you the upper hand. Ask yourself, what might get in my way? How will I handle it? For instance, if your schedule gets hectic, have a backup plan. Can't fit in an hour-long workout? Do 10 minutes of high-intensity interval training. Hit. No time to read 10 pages? Listen to an audiobook during your commute. Feeling unmotivated? Lean on accountability partners, friends, family, or online communities who cheer you on and hold you responsible. And here's the golden rule, don't let one bad day spiral into 2. If you miss a day, don't panic. Missing 1 session won't undo weeks of progress. What matters is how you respond. Get back on track immediately. Show up the next day, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Remember, consistency isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. One slip-up doesn't define you, giving up does. Here's a mindset shift that will change your life. Stop viewing setbacks as failures. Instead, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. Did you skip a day? Great, you now know what triggered it and can adjust your strategy. Struggled to stay focused? Awesome, you've identified an area to improve. Every failure brings you closer to success because it teaches you resilience. Think of it like this: building consistency is like climbing a mountain. Sometimes, you'll slip and slide backward. But as long as you keep climbing, you're still moving toward the summit. The key is to refuse to quit. Use every setback as fuel to push harder. Say to yourself, "This didn't break me. I'm stronger than this." That attitude alone will carry you through the toughest moments. One of the easiest ways to stay consistent is by stacking new habits onto existing ones. This technique, called habit stacking, makes it effortless to integrate new behaviors into your daily life. For example, if you already brush your teeth every morning, tack on a quick gratitude practice. Or if you drink coffee every afternoon, pair it with 10 minutes of reading. By attaching new habits to established routines, you eliminate decision fatigue and create automaticity. Another powerful tool is time blocking. Set aside specific times each day for your goal-related activities. Treat these blocks as non-negotiable appointments with yourself. When consistency becomes part of your schedule, it stops being optional. You'll find yourself showing up without even thinking about it. Who you surround yourself with plays a huge role in your success. Surround yourself with people who inspire, encourage, and challenge you to be your best self. Join groups, forums, or communities aligned with your goals. Share your journey with others who are also striving for greatness. Their energy will rub off on you, keeping you fired up and focused. Need extra accountability? Find an accountability partner, someone who checks in with you regularly and holds you to your commitments. Knowing someone else is counting on you adds an extra layer of motivation. Plus, celebrating victories together feels twice as sweet. Close your eyes and picture this: it's day 31. You've crushed your goal. You look back at everything you've accomplished and feel an overwhelming sense of pride. Your body hums with confidence. Your mind radiates clarity. You're unstoppable. This is the future waiting for you if you stay consistent. Visualization is a powerful tool. Spend a few minutes each day imagining how amazing you'll feel when you reach the finish line. Tap into that emotion. Let it drive you. Remind yourself why you started and what you stand to gain. When you connect emotionally to your vision, staying consistent becomes less of a chore and more of a mission. Now it's time to bring it home. You've got the tools, the strategies, and the fire inside you. All that's left is to take action. Not tomorrow. Not later. Right now. Choose one thing, one habit, one goal, and commit to showing up for the next 31 days. Write it down. Tell someone about it. Make it real. When doubt creeps in, and it will, remind yourself of this: you are capable of more than you think. Every champion was once a beginner. Every expert started as a novice. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple: they kept going. And now, it's your turn to shine. So lock in your focus, and charge full speed ahead. These 31 days are your proving ground. At the end of it all, you'll emerge stronger, sharper, and ready to conquer whatever comes next. Because here's the truth: consistency isn't just a habit, it's a declaration of who you are and who you're becoming.